Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Motive Racing channel. We are here at Imola for this touring car race this evening. It's the first race of this stream tonight. We've got 6 cars on the field, which we're hoping will increase a little bit as the evening goes on. Obviously this is the first race to kick us off, so looks like we're almost lights out here. And here we go, we are underway, and it looks like a good start there from pole from Kamikaze. He gets away pretty nicely, comes across to try and shield off here as we've got Charlie Goff here, also on the attack coming towards turn 1. Looks like Charlie Goff's made his way up into 3rd place, although he's still going side by side here with there's somebody else with a gravel there in the background. And Charlie Goff up into 3rd. It looks like we got Kin going side by side here with Spliff, but at the moment they've not. But we've got Kamikaze still leading the way at the moment, currently holding on ahead of Charlie Goff. This is a very, very close battle between this pair. But Kamikaze there getting the start he needed to. He's still got these guys looking very, very hot in his mirrors at the moment. So Cup of Joy here going side by side with Charlie Goff. Charlie trying to hold the inside. We see Kin there in the background getting a little bit wide. King Payet there. But we're going to keep on board with this battle here for P2. Charlie trying to hold it on the inside line. He just about does it, but I'm sure he's going to get a slowdown for that. Goes a little bit wide as well onto the artificial grass. So he's still got Cup of Joy trying to hang it around him. Still side by side here. Charlie Goff and Cup of Joy side by side. Oh my goodness. Charlie just muscles him out of the way a little bit there. Somehow manages to push his way back past once again. Fantastic driving between those boys. And Charlie Goff managing to fend him off. Still maintaining P2 for the time being. King Payet there trying to chase these guys down in P4. We've got Spliffmeister and Offcut 25 here in 5th and 6th at the moment, coming towards the chicane. Looks like these guys are a little way off of the race leaders at the moment. A bit of a lock up there from Offcut as he came in there as well. But in the meantime, it's Kamikaze leading the way by 2.5 seconds out the front of the field. It's been a fantastic, mesmerising performance from him over this first lap so far. Kamikaze's got 4 seconds now here. We've still got this battle going on at the moment between Cup of Joy and Charlie Goff. These guys are side by side here coming down the pit straight. What is going to happen here? Looks like it's still side by side. Charlie's going to have to give him the space on the inside. Looks like Cup of Joy a little bit later on the brakes. Oh, Charlie trying to hang it in there though. Still no way around him. Cup of Joy has managed to get himself up into P2. Fantastic driving from those boys there. They are losing time to the leader Kamikaze while they battle it out though, so they're going to have to start getting their act together if they want to keep themselves in with a chance of taking them in tonight. It looks like Kamikaze though is too good for them at this stage. King Payet still running in P4 at the moment, 2.5 seconds behind this battle for 2nd position. It'll be interesting to see if he can get himself on the podium at the moment, but it's looking unlikely. He doesn't seem to have the pace of these front runners tonight. Currently watching Offcut right behind Spliffmeister here. Don't know how I forgot that name. But in the meantime, still this battle between 2nd and 3rd place. Cup of Joy and Charlie Goff separated by absolutely nothing. Charlie Goff having a little look to the inside, trying to distract him in the mirrors if he can. It doesn't look like Cup of Joy is going to be tempted into trying to defend the move or going for any rash defensive actions here. Still staying as you were for the time being. These guys have been putting on a good show so far. Good to see them keeping it clean and tidy and respectful as well. Ladies and gentlemen, currently seeing these two guys still having a good battle. It looks like King Payet's definitely falling off the back of them at this point. He was right there earlier on in the race, but it doesn't look like he's really offering too much of a challenge at this point. As we see Charlie Goff getting all over the grass there on the run up towards turn 1. Got late on the brakes, managed to get it stopped in time. You saw the closing speed there as they were coming into turn 1. But Charlie Goff there doing an excellent job of managing to keep it under control. Kamikaze has got a 5-second lead now. Last time around he was 2 seconds quicker than either of the two guys behind him. We can see Oh no, what's happened to Kamikaze? He's had an absolute mare here coming through the first sector. He's lost lots and lots of time. He's now falling into the back of him. I don't know if he went off or had a moment there, but something catastrophic has happened to him. He's now falling back into the clutches of Cup of Joy and Charlie Goff. So if these guys can work together and start helping each other out, they might be able to play themselves into contention for the race victory. All open at the moment. Anything can happen here. We know these guys have got the pace there. We're just unfortunate to have fallen off the leader over the first lap. As we see here, Charlie Goff having a little look to the inside, still unable to make the move. Anyone who's watching this live in the online lobby, be sure to check out our YouTube channel called Motive Racing. If you want to join our leagues, go to facebook.com/Motive Racing League and you can become a part of the action that you see in front of you. Obviously the off season at the moment, that's why we're doing live streams on online public lobbies here, but in the actual season we'll be running GTEs on Monday nights, which is our sort of staple. That's the biggest league we've got at the moment. 3 tiers we run in the GTE Championship, and on Tuesday nights we've got the Clio Cup. If you want to see that, want to see what we got up to last season, then be sure to check out the YouTube channel, commentated regularly week in week out by our very own DC Russell. And on Friday night we've got the V6 Megane Trophy, which is actually new on the Motive Racing platform. The last 3 seasons, since the start of Motive Racing, we've actually been running the GT5 Genettas for that one, but we fancy changing it up just a little bit. So V6 Megane's making their debut, open setup. It's down to the driver to do what he wants with the car to make it as fast as it can go, but definitely lots of tweaks that can be made. And if anybody is in need of a setup or any tips or tricks, and we're more than willing to help on the Motive Racing Discord. As we see here, it looks like Kamikaze's lost a little bit more time to these guys in second and third at the moment. Oh, Kamikaze there looked very dodgy indeed coming through the chicane. So potentially this could be race on for the win tonight. Kamikaze, 1.7 seconds is the gap to Cup of Joy at this point. Charlie Goff definitely closing in on him as well. Looks like they've got quite a bit of a gap here to King Pyatt, who's running in 4th place at the moment. Looks like he's not on the level of these guys tonight around this particular circuit. Got off cut, still sat in 5th place, just coming into the final hairpin. 20 seconds off of the lead. Then we got Spliffmeister, currently sat in the 6th spot at this point in the race. Good to have Spliffmeister still going with us out on the track at this point. Driving in the BMW can be a bit of a handful, so hats off to him for giving it a go. Back to our race leader here, Kamikaze. Still bossing it out the front. He's pulled out a little bit of a gap on the previous time. In fact, last time around he was 4 seconds quicker than this pair. So it does look, for all intents and purposes, like Kamikaze is going to bring this one home. A lap and a half left to go here at Imola. Very, very impressive battle we have seen over the course of this one between Cup of Joy and Charlie Goff. Has been a joy to watch between these two boys, and it's certainly not over yet, that is for sure. Here we go, it looks like Charlie Goff looking to the inside, riding over the cover. Oh, we got a bigger contact. Oh no! We've got a yellow flag here coming through the chicane. Oh my goodness, it looks like Charlie Goff there caught in all sorts of bother, losing a lot of time there in the process. That is unfortunate there for Charlie Goff. So it looks like their Cup of Joy very sportsmanlike in waiting for Charlie to catch up and pass him. Oh no, but Charlie Goff binned it coming into the final hairpin, and that's going to surely allow King Pyatt to move up. Yes it is, King Pyatt is up into 3rd place here, guys. So that is just really unfortunate there for Charlie Goff. Obviously Cup of Joy left him the gap to go for it because he felt guilty for the contact that had ensued through the chicane, but unfortunately Charlie Goff not able to capitalise, putting it into the gravel on the exit of the corner. But Charlie Goff drives around the outside of the oh no, Charlie, no. Charlie goes a little bit off and he's gone onto the gravel, and is he going to, oh, he's still side by side here with King Pyatt. King Pyatt trying to hold it around the outside. It looks like he's managed to get it up into P3, so King Pyatt looking good for a podium here on the final lap of this race. As we see Charlie Goff going a little bit wide. Oh no, King Pyatt's done the same. Incredible scenes. King Pyatt looked like he had a podium gifted to him on a plate, but he's picked the plate up and smashed it on the floor, and he's down to P4 in this race. Charlie Goff back onto the podium, 3 seconds behind Cup of Joy. Where's our race leader? Kamikaze is just coming up towards the chicane now. Certainly has got a quite unusual racing line, has our Japanese driver. Not using much of the track on his entry to corners, but he's definitely got the speed. If he could improve his positioning of the car, who knows how quick this guy would be, because just watching the way he drives, it's extremely unorthodox. But he's just coming out of the last corner now, up towards the line. Kamikaze is your winner here, ladies and gentlemen, by 11 seconds. Fantastic drive in the Beamer as well. That's very, very impressive stuff from him. Looks like Cup of Joy is going to come round in P2. Very, very good performance here from Cup of Joy, coming out on top in his battle with Charlie Goff. Excellent stuff. Charlie Goff coming around to complete the podium. We've got King Pyatt in 4th, but looks like King Pyatt will pick up the podium spot ahead of Charlie Goff by virtue of Charlie Goff's penalty, which we hadn't taken into account. That's very unfortunate there for Charlie. Looks like Offcut is going to come around in 5th position, and Spliffmeister, here he comes to complete the classification in P6. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was a fantastic race there from the guys. Kamikaze taking the win, Cup of Joy, pardon me, and King Pyatt completing the podium. Oh, I've got the hiccups. Excellent stuff there from those guys. Stay tuned for the next race coming up in a few minutes time. We'll be live back on the channel as we have been for this one. Stay tuned, stay around, and we'll see you in a bit. Welcome along, guys. Welcome to the madness. What track do people fancy doing? Gee, I'm going to call you by your actual name if you don't respond. Hello? G. G, hello? Hello? Alright guys, I'm going to stick it on... Oh man, I don't know what to go for. Anyone got any track suggestions? Because I don't want to stick it on a track that no one likes. What, GP? Sound. Ah, there you are. Where were you? Oh, no, not 20-minute quality. No, fuck that. Where were you? I couldn't hear you. Oh, I couldn't. Well, you're not in a party chat, are you? No, no. I mean, I mean, just now I was like sat there saying G G. I even threatened to call you by your actual name. I was like, gee, I'm gonna say your actual name in a minute. Uh, what, who's in the party? Is he coming? It's oh, it's dead. That's dead. Why didn't he come on for some races? Yeah, but come on, it's not about the game. It's about the people you play it with.
Hello.
Hello, mate. Yeah, boys. If anyone wants to, by the way, did you like my much more calm, relaxed way of commentating? Which one's better, do you think? Did you not listen? Oh, sick, sick. Alright, alright, cool. That's fine. No, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm not. I'm not. I don't. Yeah, I'm not phased or in any way affected by what you just said. It's fine. Right. Anyway. Oh yeah, I need to make you an admin on the community. I need. I need to give you your spanner back. You might want to take this off of me. Can you comment on the stream so that I can actually like see you? Because then it'll be easier. Were you about to comment using the motive channel? Oh, okay. Something like that, maybe. Do you know what? I didn't even test my audio to make sure it's working. I might have just been talking to myself that whole time. I know, it's alright.
Live back on the channel. I posted this one between Fucking Joy and Charlie Girl. That's been a joy to watch during these 2 weeks. That's certainly not over yet. That is for sure.
That sounds alright. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the stream. Currently, we've got a few new guys in this lobby tonight, so let's quickly go through the list, trying to acclimatise myself as we go through, so that once we get to the race, I actually know the names, so I'm not just spelling out their abbreviations. So we got DNK is Dunkin' Donuts. Les is Les. That one's easy. We've got Julian Hazy. So we're gonna call him Julian. We've got Pete. Nice to see Pete back in the lobby tonight. Pete was actually racing in our LMP2s a couple of seasons ago, and then disappeared. Yeah, they disappeared. Oh no, hold on. It might not have been this Pete. It might be a different Pete actually. I don't know. It could have been a different Pete. Yeah, we had a Pete racing in our LMP2s very, very briefly a couple of seasons ago, but then he departed. But alas, we've got Is he? Pete, if you're in our community, sign up to our championships, man. We've also got Shy Dizzle, currently P5 here at the moment, and he's also a Twitch streamer. Shy. That's a bit rude. So we got Shy Dizzle also out there at the moment. Shy Dizzle is a Twitch streamer. Have watched some of his streams before. He's usually having a smoke and having a good time. So great to have you with us tonight, Shy Dizzle. We've got Cyclonic Flash currently out there at the moment. We're riding with him. He's just coming towards the final corner. P7, we've got Big Boy Ace. Offcut currently coming round the Mercedes arena at the moment. Got Charlie Goff sat in P9. Got a was unlucky not to get a podium. Sorry, Dick. Oh no! I blocked you. Yeah, because you know when you were doing that Nürburgring stream and you were like you were chatting Bear Breathe. Yeah. Right, let me just find out how I actually unban you from my comment section. Let me work this out. So, 1 second. Rightio. Hold on. Do you know what? I was wondering why it was coming up in the comments saying that someone had commented and I couldn't see them. Because on the YouTube thing, on the PlayStation, it came up saying that someone had commented, but then it wasn't showing. Oh no, how do I do this, man? How do I do this? What do I do? Oh no, mate, I actually don't know how to do it. Oh no, man. You can log into the Motive Racing channel anyway, G. I don't know. How did... Was it Seb that did it? Did Seb do it in the first place? It must have been him. I actually have no idea how to set someone as a moderator. Legit, we've done like over 120 videos on this channel, and I don't even know how to set someone as a moderator. How did we get this far, G? How did we make it here? I genuinely don't understand how we made it to this point. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're currently seeing Charlie Goff sat at the top of the timing board. However, I wouldn't get too excited, Charlie, because you are the first person to set the time. It looks like we've got Cyclone coming over, goes P3 at the moment. Cup of Joy, currently 2.3 seconds off of the pole time in the Beamer as well. So, bold choice. Looks like we've got quite a few Beamers out on track tonight. Good to see. Personally, myself, I would never ever touch that thing with a 50-foot barge pole. But good for the guys who are. As we can currently see Dunkin' Donuts here. He's driving a McGann that definitely looks like it's been to a few raves. That front bumper is shaking all over the place. And he's always just locked up coming into the final chicane, and that's not going to help him one bit at all. Yeah, that jaw is definitely swinging there, Dunkin' Donuts. You might want to take a few benzos there. Nevertheless, currently having a look here at Heat Sport GT. Also another one of the very brave people that have opted for the BMW tonight. He's currently coming down the hill towards the hairpin. Keep an eye on Pete Sport GT and see what he gets up to tonight. Currently seeing Shy Dizzle here at the moment, our Twitch streamer. Looks like he's got a very, very good sense of racing lines and where to position the car. He's got a bit of traffic up ahead of him here, so he's going to have to be aware. As we see Kamikaze, he has set the provisional pole time at the moment. He's pitted from that position. We've also got off cuts at P2 at the moment. See what Shy Dizzle does. He's going to have to navigate a few other cars here. I'm not sure if they're on flying laps, so they probably don't have any actual obligation to move out of the way, as we're currently seeing provisional pole time being set by our world record holder here, the only G. Does actually have the V8 Supercars world record around this track, I believe. We're just hearing reports that he doesn't have the world record around this track. But he does have the world record around the sprint course. So he's picked up a few world records actually in this part of the world. He does have the world record around the Nordschleife, I think. Or is it the combined? Oh, it's the combined, not the Nordschleife. So, yeah, slightly disappointing there. I thought he had both, but he only has one of them. So, yeah, no, I'm a bit let down, but nevertheless, G currently sat on provisional pole position. He's got a 1.1 second gap at the moment to Kamikaze. I think Kamikaze has come out of the pits. He's just on his out lap at the moment. So let's see if Kamikaze can cause a bit of an upset here with the, as previously mentioned, the world record holder around this track. Looks like off cut currently sat 4.5 seconds off of the provisional pole time at the moment in this session. Whether or not he can eke a few seconds out of that lap and put himself in the thick of it at the top, we'll have to wait and see. Charlie Goff has improved to a 2:08 at the moment, but still a little way off of the pole time, about 5 seconds. Cup of Joy sat P5 at the moment, driving in the same livery BMW as the man in P2 at the moment, Kamikaze. Looks like those two are angling towards being teammates for this one. Let's hope there are no team orders and that the team let them race, but I think that shouldn't be too much of an issue. As we're currently seeing, a new driver to the lobby. We've got Big Boy Ace currently sat in P6 at the moment. It looks like he's getting well out of it. No, he's not. He's on the gas here as he comes out of the last corner. He's got time to do one more lap here in this session, as we've got another BMW coming over the line in the background. Who is this? Who is this? Oh, we'll never know. Oh, it's Kamikaze, and he's about to start his final flying lap. That was an out lap there for him. Got a McGann coming over the line in the background. Wonder who that was. We'll never know, because it wasn't a flying lap. Oh, as we see Cyclone coming over the line to go 6th place here. So we've got another BMW coming over the line in the background. Is that Cup of Joy? Yes, it is. Cup of Joy can't improve, stays P5 at the moment. Here's him again. Looks like it wasn't a fly up. As we see somebody else coming out of the pits there, driving a McDonald's livery. But it does look like they're not going to get round in time to do another flying lap, because there is 0 seconds left in the session. Oh no, it looks like Dunkin' Donuts has had a moment. He's all over the place. Let's make sure that he stays out of the racing line. He does indeed. Good driving there. Dunkin' Donuts managing to pull off the racing line and get well out of the way. However, he is still a bit of a hazard, because that is a part of the track where drivers will be going. So I suppose he's just making sure that there's no track extending. He's technically being one of our marshals tonight, so thank you, Dunkin' Donuts, for doing your part to ensure that there is no track extending tonight. Very much appreciated. Currently watching Kamikaze here. Looks like one of his BMW teammates having to get out of the way there, possibly cost him a little bit of time. Can Kamikaze put himself on the pole position here tonight for this touring car race here at the Nürburgring GP circuit? Onto the brakes, into the chicane. Oh, he gets a little bit on two wheels as he comes on the exit, but is he going to be able to topple the only G and put himself on the top spot tonight? Here he comes into the final turn. Little bit of a twitch there as he got some of the power back and trying to get away. Here he comes, Kamikaze over the line, and it's an improvement, but it's not enough to put him on pole position. He stays P2, 1 second off of the pole time, which isn't too bad around this circuit. It's actually a pretty good margin, because it is quite a long track for these touring cars. over a 2 minute from, well, for a lap. So the only G looks like he has taken the pole position here for this one. 1 second is his gap to Kamikaze. Then we got Offcut at P3 in this qualifying session, 3.5 seconds off of the pole position. Charlie Goff in the end is going to start P4. Looks like Pete came in with a lap time right at the end of the session to go 5th there. Good stuff there from him. Looks like Julian is going to be 7th, Cyclone in 8th. We are about to go racing here, ladies and gentlemen, for this touring car race here at the Nürburgring Grand Prix track. We'll be hosting a Formula 1 Grand Prix later this year. I believe it will be, it's not the German Grand Prix, because that's at Hockenheim, which unfortunately they weren't able to run this season. But I'm not sure what it's going to be called. So that's interesting. But the only G is going to be starting this one on pole position, ladies and gentlemen. Our world record holder, multiple world record holder. In fact, he holds records around 25 different tracks on this game. Oh, he's got another one today. Well, apparently he's actually got 26 world records. Not sure where the latest hit of his was, but ultimately he's added another one to his collection. Where was it, G?
No, I didn't actually get one today. I just recounted.
Oh, so you miscounted. Oh, so the last time that we spoke to G, he claimed that he had 25 world records, but it does look like he slightly underestimated the number of tracks that he has the ultimate time around, and it's actually at 26. So somewhere down the line he has lost count. So ultimately his driving considerably better than his counting skills. As we're about to go lights out here for this race. It's a 10-minute race in the touring cars around the Nürburgring GP track. When these lights go out, we will be underway and racing. And it looks like we're underway, and it's a good start there from our pole sitter. Has a bit of wheel spin as he gets away, but it doesn't cost him any time. Looks like Offcut's moved up into P2, coming up towards the first corner. Looks like Charlie Goff tucking in on the left-hand side there. He's got a lot of cars queuing up on the inside. You've got 2 cars there making contact. Somebody's onto the grass as they're coming towards turn 1. There's a Beamer there on the inside. That looks like it might have been... Oh, is this... They're coming through the turn 1. Yeah, it looks like there was a Beamer going very aggressive there on the inside. That was Kamikaze. He got a poor start off the line, but he's managed to get himself back up into P3 with being extremely pushy there as they came up towards turn 1. Somebody's round. I'm not sure who that is that's turned around. It looks like that's Offcut. Oh no, Offcut and Julian both around here coming through the Mercedes arena. They're going to get going once again, but they've lost lots and lots of time in the process. In the meantime though, it's the only G leading the way by just under a second to Charlie Goff. Kamikaze next, Cyclone with Cup of Joy here right behind him. Then you've got Spliffmeister currently sat P6, Dunkin' Donuts, Pete Sport GT, Scheiders all right behind these guys as well, trying to get involved in this action as we see PGC going a little bit wide there, almost onto the grass. So a long way back to King Pyatt, and then Julian and Offcut having that collision coming through the turn 2 and 3. Let's drop them back way back, but we've currently got the Joni G running in P1 at the moment. 1.4 seconds is his gap to Charlie Goff and Kamikaze. What an incredible first lap. We have got a 5-man battle occurring at the moment for P4. It's actually a 4-man battle. It's currently riding on board with Pete Sport GT. Oh, as we see there's some chopping and changing up the front there. Looks like we've got, oh my goodness me, we've got Spliffmeister making the move there on Cup of Joy. Cup of Joy trying to make it back, and we can see there's contact there. The two of them almost spinning around with 4 wide here. Oh my goodness me, what's going to happen? It looks like in the end a couple of guys got pushed out of it, and that's dropped Spliffmeister out of the picture. Also Shy Dizzle, but it looks like Pete Sport GT and Cup of Joy still side by side. Shy Dizzle just queuing up behind him. Oh no! It looks like Cup of Joy pushes Pete out wide. Pete off onto the runoff area, and it looks like he's lost a lot of time. He's had a slowdown as well by the looks of it. He's got way out of the way of those other guys making their way through. Shy Dizzle up into P4. Cup of Joy, very sportsmanlike there by the looks of it in allowing... no, hold on. It looks like Pete Sport GT. Well, I don't know, but there's a couple of guys into the pits. There is no mandatory pit stop or damage in this race, so it must have been drive-through penalties for those guys. But in the meantime, we've got the Onichi currently leading the way, 2.2 seconds at the front of the field. Looks like Kamikaze's put a little bit of space between himself and Charlie Goff. Not massive, but there's about a second separating second and third at this point. Shy Dizzle still doing a good job, running in P4 just ahead of King Pyatt here. These guys running very, very close on the road indeed. And we've got Pete Sport GT currently sat in 6th position at the moment. Where's Julian? Julian is currently 7th in the BMW. Looks like that bonnet is going to be needing replacing at some point, but obviously the pit stops will not be the time for that to occur. Offcut still sat P8 at the moment, obviously had his collision on the opening lap coming through the Mercedes arena. Currently sat 8th place at this particular moment. Spliffmeister sat in 9th, and then we got Cyclone just a few seconds down the road from him. Currently running the top 10 position, doing a good job tonight, Cyclone. But the only G currently bossing things out the front. Out the front, he's got a 3.2 second lead at this particular moment. Kamikaze keeping him within sight, only just though. Charlie Goff running a couple of seconds behind Kamikaze, so Kamikaze's not going to have this battle all to himself. Charlie Goff, we know, more than capable of taking it to him. Shy Dizzle at the moment, currently 4th placer in this. He's just coming through the chicane here. He's got a couple of seconds back to King Pyatt at the moment. Just hearing reports, Dunkin' Donuts was the one who retired from the race on the first lap. It's a real shame there for him. Hopefully he sticks around and takes the start for our next race, the location of which is still to be confirmed. But we'll have a little vote in the pre-race lobby to decide which track we will be heading to. As we see here, it looks like, oh, King Pyatt getting wide, and that's allowed Pete Sport GT up the other side. Oh, it's side by side, a bit of contact there as King Pyatt gets his elbows out a bit on Pete, but a very sportsmanlike there, allowing Pete to reassume the position. So it is as you were in that battle between P5 and 6. Incredible stuff. And it looks like the only G's made a mistake somewhere. We're not quite sure where, but our world record holder having an absolute mare coming through the first sector here on lap 3. He's now surely going to have to fend off Kamikaze, who's looking to close that gap. These guys have had a bit of a rivalry going the last few days. Been racing each other quite a little bit, and currently 1.1 seconds separating these boys at this particular stage. Keep an eye on this and see how this develops. This is the battle for the lead, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure anything can happen here. Just looking back through the pack, we've got Charlie Goff still sat in P3 at the moment. Then we've got Shy Dizzle, our Twitch streamer, currently running 4th place, driving in the McGann. We've got Pete Sport GT, who's one of those sporting the BMW tonight. Likewise, King Pyatt. Got Julian currently P7 after his collision in the first lap, dropped him way back down the order. Offcut running 8th. Got Spliffmeister still sat P9 at the moment, 8 seconds ahead of Cyclone, who's running in P10. There is Cyclone at this point. Solid driving from him tonight. Keeping with it when a lot of other guys retired to the pits or bailed out of the race. So hats off to you, Cyclone. Thank you for joining us tonight, buddy. As we are currently watching the race leader here, the only G, he's pulled out a little bit to Kamikaze on this last lap. Gap was 1.1 this time last lap. It's now at 2.3, so he's gained 1.2 seconds here in this particular battle. Very, very impressive indeed from him. Excellent stuff. Got Charlie Goff still sat in P3 at this point. Shy Dizzle 20 seconds off of the lead. There's Pete. Pete's still going round in 5th place at the moment. He's got 5 seconds up the road to Shy Dizzle, 8 seconds back to King Pie, and it does look like he is extending that gap to King Pie. Last time around he was actually 9 seconds faster than him, so it looks like King Pie did have some kind of issue. We're not 100% sure what. Oh, we've got a battle on here, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like Julian trying to fend off Offcut in the battle for 7th place. Offcut has a little look to the inside, can't quite make the move for the time being. He's going to try and undercut him and go for the sucker on the exit, but he's not going to quite make it. It looks like both of these guys are giving it absolutely everything. Offcut does have a warning from the race director, so potentially he's been a little bit liberty taking somewhere around this middle sector. Still trying to get this position, though. He's right on his rear end, as we see Julian going a little bit defensive, coming up towards the chicane, up the hill into the braking zone now, and a lock up there on the inside from Julian as he tries to get the car stopped. Oh, he gets a little bit too much on the accelerator. Julian is round. Yellow flag on the exit of the chicane. Julian spins it around. That's going to allow Spiffmeister up into 8th place. Very unfortunate there for Julian. That is a real shame. So Julian down to 9th place from 7th at the time of the incident. In the meantime, we are currently watching our race leader, the only G, who did pull out over a second last time around to our man in P2, Kamikaze. Looking very, very good for the win tonight is G. Charlie Goff still sat in P3, running in a land of his own at this point. He's got 10 seconds up the road to Kamikaze. He's got 14 seconds down the road to Pete Sport GT. Pete currently looks like he's got past Shy Dizzle up into P4. Last time around he was a second quicker than him, but Shy Dizzle's had an absolute mare at some stage on this lap. Down into 5th place. Still got King Pyatt running in 6th. 5 seconds back to... Offcut. Got Spliffmeister, Julian and Cyclone at the back of the field. Where's our race leader? The only G is just coming in to the final corner now. A very nice exit here out onto the pit straight. What is this going to be for him as he flashes his lights to take the checkered flag, and it is victory for the only G. Fantastic performance in this race. Kamikaze comes round in 2nd. Looks like Charlie Goff is going to come round in 3rd place here. Pete Sport GT, here he comes up towards the line. Very creditable 4th position for him. Shy Dizzle coming round in 5th, here he is. King Pyatt just exiting the last turn now. 6th position for him. We got Offcut coming round in 7th. Spliffmeister is going to come around in 8th. Here he is. Julian in 9th. Here he is now. Just coming over the finish line. Looks like we are going to have all 10 cars finishing the race. Well, all 10 runners. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are interested in joining Motive Racing, please go to facebook.com/Motive Racing League and click the button on the top right. It will take you over to our Discord server. Make sure that you sign up to our championships coming up in a couple of weeks' time. Many different leagues for you. We are going to be back in a few moments' time for our next race here. We'll probably be sticking in the touring cars. I'm not quite sure at this point, but we'll see you in a few minutes, and peace. What track are we doing, boys?
Oh, you do same one.
Well, we're going to switch it up a bit.
You know, I don't mind them again. I ain't had a go at it yet. I'm all over that. Done.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, what's going on here?
What track?
Tell me a track.
Let's go, mate.
Done it tonight, say, unless you've already done it.
Mondelong.
Well,
Yeah, do full mon. Yeah.
full Monza.
We've done Donny earlier.
We can do Donny National in a bit.
Monza. With the chicane at the beginning. Be nice, wouldn't it? Don't think that's going to look great on the stream. Smash.
Vamos, gente, vamos.
Same.
Yeah, man, I'll have two if that's alright. Cheers, boss.
You in the commentaries, no?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, no?
Yeah, man.
And in canal YouTube?
Totally, man.
In the channel YouTube, I'll translate for it.
Totally.
And YouTube, Andy.
100%, mate. 100%.
Yeah, on YouTube, mate.
You're right, man. Oh, yeah, it's on YouTube. Yeah, type in Motive Racing. Motive Racing.
Like he's gonna understand that.
Let me just send everyone a community invite. It's easier.
What you guys?
Right, guys.
Just doing a few races, isn't
Yeah, I'm just doing a stream, commentating on it. Yeah, guys. In case you didn't notice somehow, this is actually a streamed lobby. It's all clean racing. It's been broadcast to a YouTube channel. We're all part of a league here, so make sure that you put yourselves across in the best possible light. Any bullshit going on will immediately be dealt with, so make sure that you aren't part of any of it. And happy days.
So
you? You better leave, NG.
yeah. Dude, where's this set up? That's what we need.
Yeah.
I've got, is that or a stable or silver blue?
I am slowly getting to that point where I'm starting to want to race again now.
You can't race, mate. You've got work to do.
I'm itching to get on the track.
I bet you are. Yeah, but you're promoting.
Yeah, I know.
You can't do it, mate.
I know. It's called
Wait till the season's
called
done.
willpower.
Get back and you've got
Wait until the season starts, and then I'll get to race once a week when DC does the Clios. Oh yeah, get in, woo!
I'll be able to get a couple of
Don't need one. Me and G run the streams. All you need to do is have Discord, jump in the commentator booth, either myself or G, depending on the night, or run it. We run the stream. It's all hosted through us.
You better see me go past.
I'm glad you got to do streams because there's not much out there now.
Yeah, there's not one.
I know, well, that's coming to an end. I'll still keep this game now. I think this will be a mid-time classic. So I won't get it.
There'll be a lot of people staying on this game rather than going to Project Cars 3.
They're doing the same thing as what Grid did. After Grid 1, it was like every other Grid after one wasn't bad. They were competing for the first time, and
third one will be alright. It'll be fun. It
I
won't
don't
be.
think it's going to
You
be
know when you're racing
ready.
around on a games and it gives you
No, I don't.
XP, when a game gives you XP, that's just not a game.
You have to buy your cars as well, which I don't
Yeah.
like at all.
No. If you're giving me points and some star flashes up or something, no. Just no.
It's just cringe.
I quite like it. I quite like a little star now and then.
Yeah, it needs to know when you've done well.
Yeah, I need to know. I want a little star saying that I've done well in that turn.
That last grid game did that. It gave you XP for hitting people. I thought it was like, what the fuck is this game? You're giving me, you're patting me on the back. Knocking someone out. What the fuck? How many laps is this thing?
Do that. 6 laps. That's 5.
Down the room, that's what it is.
ABS, I think, still on. Let's move the shit out of it. It sounds like one of those microwavable dishes, but it's huge, and they're taking ages to pierce it. Yeah, it's massive. It must be like a banquet-long microwave meal. Yeah. No, it's a human-sized microwave, designed for other things. Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, we're currently watching Swiss Tony here. He's got the fastest time of the session, currently half a second clear at the top of the leaderboard. Currently P2 in this one. We've got King Pyatt, who we've been racing with quite a bit tonight. He's currently lapping on a 2-minute 0.9. Swiss Tony with DP1 time at the moment, 2 minutes 0.4. As we see somebody going a little bit wide onto the gravel there, coming through Lesmo 1. That's a Beamer there, getting all over the gap. Looks like I couldn't actually locate which Beamer that was. But nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel for some more action here at Monza in the touring cars once again. A field mostly made up of Megans, but we have got a couple of BMWs and also, I believe, an Opel as well somewhere out there. Just hearing reports from the only G, our multiple world record holder here on Project Cars 2, that he is intending to be racing in the Beamer next time around. He's also retiring from racing and taking up a different career path, which nobody knows what it is, do they? But currently Swiftmeister is the provisional pole sitter at the moment. Swiss Tony topples it though. Looks like he's gone fastest. Fantastic job there. Up the first man under the 2-minute mark here. Swiss Tony. Very impressive. So we see there Swiss Tony driving past another driver who looks like they're in a McDonald's livery for tonight. Not sure who that is. Looks like that is Charlie Goff, so I should have known that by now. Charlie Goff has been racing for the last 3 races, so currently driving the #1 livery as well. Whether or not he will be the #1 driver tonight, we'll have to wait and see. So we're currently seeing the only G. Looks like he's coming on the exit of the first chicane now, driving in his customary Monster Energy livery. Sporting the same uniform that we've seen him in over the course of the last few seasons. Whether or not he's driving for the same team though remains to be seen. As it looks like we've got a new provisional pole sitter here, ladies and gentlemen. Who is this? This is a new Rafa Moff. Excellent stuff here from Rafa Moff. He looks like his jaw's shaking around a little bit, so I'm not exactly sure what he's fed that car, but it looks to be doing the job. That bumper definitely looking precarious and at risk of dropping off. Slightest touch from any car and that is going to be sent flying. In the meantime, we're currently seeing Swiss Tony here coming out of the Parabolica. Currently P2 in this session, 6/10 of a second off of the pole time. What is this going to be as Swiss Tony comes up towards the line? Stays P2 for the time being. Spliffmeister currently coming through Curva Grande up towards the second chicane now. Didn't actually see the split time there because we haven't got the map up. A little bit ill prepared for this. Oh, he's the 10th down on his personal best. We're currently seeing, I keep almost calling King Pyatt Kinky. But he is currently sat P5 in this session, 2.1 seconds off of the pole time. Looks like we have got a new provisional pole sitter here, ladies and gentlemen. That is the only G who has done an absolute blinder of a lap time there. As I said, he is a multiple world record holder here on Project Cars 2 on the PlayStation 4 platform. Looks like Fabi goes P5 there, the session's up, so that is going to be the summit of his starting position. Possibly might drop back, it depends on what the other guys do, but we've got Swiss Tony. Looks like he's coming through Ascari now, currently P4. Can he put himself up onto the front row here? Oh no, he's definitely not going to, because he's just been involved in an incident. Somebody there failing to move over. As we see there, King Pyatt cutting Ascari. I'm not exactly sure what he's trying to achieve there. With the clock having run out, there's no chance of him getting round to start another lap, so what on earth the motivation for doing that was, we'll have to try and figure that one out. Well, there's no point, because it's going to make no difference. But anyway, only G. Looks like he's going to take pole position here. As here he comes up towards the Parabolica now. What is this going to be for our current pole sitter? Is he going to rub salt in the wounds of his opposition tonight? Let's have a look as he comes up to the line. Hello, mate. As we see, only G there extending his margin at the top and shattering the morale of his fellow drivers. Very, very good job there from G. 1.5 seconds is the gap to Rafamov here at the top of the leaderboard. Then we've got off-cut at P3 at the moment. He's also pitted. It looks like that is going to be that. So G with pole, Rafamov off-cut to P2 and 3. We've got Swiss Tony and Pro Fubby, Spliffmeister, King Pie, Pete Sport GT, Charlie Goff and Cyclonic Flash completing the top 10. Then we've got DJ Phil running in P11. Great to see DJ Phil with us tonight. That'll explain those noises that we heard. We've got Julian Hazy currently P12. And that will be that, ladies and gentlemen, for the quality session. We're about to go racing here. Stay tuned on the channel. Let us know who you think is going to win. We're about to go racing. I think it's Phil. Can whoever's doing that please stop chewing your mic? Now that is what's happening. That is actually what's happening. It's actually. Oh no. Please, Phil. Please stop. It's actually rude to talk with your mouth open. No, it's rude. No, sorry. That's what the fuck am I? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. I'm gonna shut up. I'm just gonna commentate. Sorry, boys. Fuck. It's rude to eat with your mouth open. How do you open your nose? It's always open. Exactly. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, about to go racing here at Monza, and looks like the only Chi gets a horrible start. Rafamov immediately into the lead here off the line. Looks like Swiss Tony also gets a good one off cut there, dropping back a bit. We've got Fubby maintaining P5 off the line. Charlie got up into 6th already. Pete Sport GT looks like he's maintained 7th place. Cyclone Julius, Kinky and GJ Phil at the back of the field into the first chicane. Looks like Rafamov holding on to the lead. It looks like we've got Swiss Tony right up his chuff here as they come out of the exit. The only G in the end getting absolutely swamped on the run up towards turn 1. He's down to 3rd place from pole position. Disastrous start for him. He'll be looking to make some gains to come through Curva Grande for the first time. Pro Fubby is tracking him here, looking to the right hand side of G. G at the moment covering the middle lane as they come towards the chicane. Looks like he's going to go to the inside here. Is G going to pass 2 cars into one corner? It looks like he makes it move on 1 car. He's going to try and fight here. Swiss Tony giving it everything, but looks like G's up into 2nd place. Rafamov still holding on to the lead. Swiss Tony dropping back into the back. It looks like somebody's gone off there in the background. Who is that? Is that King? No, it's not. It's that was Cyclone there, getting all sorts of out of shape into the barriers on the exit of the 2nd chicane. Pete Sport GT's also had a mare. He's dropped back to last place. In the meantime, we're currently watching the battle for the lead. It's Rafamov and Only G going side by side here as they come underneath the old circuit. Looks like that G is going to cover off the inside line. Rafamov's going to have to get round it. Oh, he switched back there to the inside. Rafamov has a look, can't make the move. So he could have very easily caught out G there, but in the end, G, seeing it coming, wasn't phased, didn't actually jump or anything like that. He just kept his composure very nicely. Rafamov in the end came to no avail. We've got Pro Fubby sat P3 at the moment. Swiss Tony, Charlie Goff off cut in a battle for 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th here. up towards Parabolica. Looks like you can see the lead of the only G there coming into the corner. Rafamov, Pro Fubby here, managing to hold off Swiss Tony very nicely. Charlie off and Offcut still right behind these guys. 4-car train here. Looks like Offcut's going to have a look to the inside of Charlie Goff. Charlie getting a shaky run there through the Parabolica, losing the position. There's going to be an interesting slipstream of event here. As we can see, we've got Rafamov still holding on to this P2 position at the moment. Fubby is very much in that slipstream as they come down the straight, but it looks like Fubby has got Swiss Tony looking to the inside here. Swiss is going to be late on the brakes. Fubby's still holding it around the outside, but in the end making sure that they both get through the corner safely. Just hearing the reports there that Swiss Tony does have a slowdown penalty, so he's going to get well out of the way there and allow Fubby to pick up the position once again. P3 for Fubby for the time being. Offcut and Charlie off in the background, losing time to the leaders. Looks like they're dropping off a little bit. Only G still leading the way. He's got a second of a gap here to Rafamov, who incidentally the latter has picked up a penalty. Well, I'm not sure what the nature of this penalty is, but he is definitely coming under the cosh a little bit from Pro Fubby as they come towards Lesmo 1. Looks like he's a bit too far back to go for a dive at the inside. Still though, Rafamov trying to hold on with everything he can, going defensive into Lesmo 1. It's an unusual spot to go defensive, but he really does want to hold on to this position. These guys are absolutely bumper to bumper. Swiss Tony waiting in the wings, waiting to pounce on any incidents or mistakes coming up from these guys, but they're side by side as they come underneath the bridge here towards Ascari. Is Fubby going to try and make a move around the outside? No, he thinks better of that one in the end. Rafamov being very wary of what's around him and breaking in the right places as we see. Looks like Fubby's still very, very close to him. Swiss Tony just watching, as I said before, just waiting in the wings. But Rafamov doing a great job of defending. We're just hearing a team radio there from Pro Fubby mentioning that his gearing is broken here, but it doesn't stop him driving around the outside of Parabolica up into P2. Looks like Rafamov had a little bit of touch there from Swiss Tony as they came under the brakes, but he's managed to hold on to the position just about. Swiss Tony looking very, very close here as he come out onto the pit straight here. He's going to look. He's still in the slipstream, looks to the inside, pulls out of the slipstream, coming over the line to complete lap 2 of this race. They're side by side here. Swiss Tony looking to make amends for what's not been the easiest of laps there. He's looking to the inside here of the first chicane, but Rafamov covers him off very nicely. He's very late on the brakes and he pushes Fubby out. That's a very naughty move there from Rafamov. Incredible. And he takes a swipe at Swiss Tony as well. Unbelievable stuff. Rafamov takes a deliberate swipe there at Swiss Tony, live on camera, on stream. We saw that there. Well, I'm very surprised at that. I wasn't expecting that. He definitely went for a swipe at him. Absolute abhorrent driving there from Rafamov. He goes late on the brakes coming into the chicane and in the end outbrakes himself massively. Surely going to get a slowdown penalty for that. Fubby's going to look to the inside here, coming towards the Lesmo 1. Is he going to close enough to go for a move? It looks like he isn't at the moment. And for the time being, Rafamov holding on to the position. Can't mind a move round, but Fubby's going to get the exit and sucker him out of the corner. He's up into 4th place here, or 3rd place even, sorry, coming into Lesmo 2. Pro Fubby now on the back of Swiss Tony. This is a great battle for 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th. Swiss Tony, Pro Fubby, Rafamov and Offcut now coming four in the line and stern as they come down the straight up towards Ascari. Incredible stuff from all of these guys. Great racing up front, and we're just seeing what we've well, it looks like G has brought out a safety car because he's dropping back and he's got a lot of cars driving past him now. Swiss Tony through, Pro Fubby also through as well. We've got Rafamov right up the chuff of G now. G finds himself in the thick of the action after being in a comfortable lead earlier on. Not quite sure what's going on there. I mean, if you've got half a brain cell, you'll know exactly what's going on, but obviously I've got to pretend I have no idea what's going on because I don't really know what's going on here, obviously. But Swiss Tony has the lead of the race. He's got a 9/10 of a second to Pro Fubby at this point. But he's got Rafamov still giving him everything. And guys, be very, very careful on the brakes because we do know that Rafamov can be a little bit of a hothead on the brakes. We saw last time around he took a swipe at Swiss Tony. Although having said that though, in hindsight, I think that possibly the supposed swipe was actually him losing control of the car. But let's pretend that it was beef anyway and that he was trying to hit him. But as we come onto the brakes, oh, a bit of a lock up there from Rafamov. Very late once again, he keeps doing that. He's gone wide onto the gravel and now surely Offcut's going to have a chance on the accelerator pedal. Here we go. Oh, Rafamov makes a late defensive move to the outside. Offcut has to swerve to the right hand side there to avoid him. They're side by side here through Curva Grande. Who is going to back out of this one? Oh, it looks like Offcut looking to the outside here on the run up towards the second chicane. Looks like he can't get around him for the time being. Rafamov still holding on to P3. In the meantime, up the front, we've got Swiss Tony leading by 0.4 of a second at this point to Pro Fubby. The only G will be ruining that decision to drop back into the pack because he's now in P5, 3.4 seconds off for the race lead. This is now the battle for the victory tonight. We're probably on the oh, we see Swiss Tony getting wide onto the gravel onto the exit of Desmo 2, and that's surely going to allow Pro Fubby to make a move here. He's in the slipstream. Is he going to have the straight line speed advantage as he come down towards... Oh, it's a late move there. Pro Fubby had to improvise because Swiss Tony making a very, very strange move to the outside there. Pro Fubby still in the slipstream, can't quite make the move up the inside. Swiss Tony there riding over the curbs, coming through Ascari. No way round Swiss Tony at the moment. Pro Fubby had a look but couldn't quite make it stick. Rafamov still running in P3 at the moment, trying to fend off the Only G. Offcut looks like he's dropped off of these guys a little bit. The Only G is really, really hassling Rafa now. As he comes up towards Parabolica, is he going to go for a move? It looks like he's a bit too far back at the moment to chance it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, are we going to have 1 or 2 more laps? That's the question here. Swiss Tony is just coming up to the line now. Let's keep an eye on that clock. So 1 minute 57 as they cross the line. The pole time was 1 minute 57. Pro Fubby's last lap was also 1 minute 57. Are we going to have 1 or 2 more laps? It's going to be pretty close here. Well, it's definitely going to be very, very tight as to whether or not this is the last lap. But these guys are going to be giving it everything. Neither have been in position to slow down. Oh, Pro Fubby getting nice. He gets onto the gravel there, coming through the first chicane. I was just saying, neither of these two in a position to try and negotiate a final lap slowdown at the end of this one, but 1.3 seconds now is the gap between them, so Swiss Tony with the cards fully at his mercy here, but the Only G having a look to the inside, coming towards the second chicane. Rafamov's going to give him the space. He goes for a late lunge. Oh, it's a bit of contact there. Rafamov once again defending aggressively. The Only G can't find a way around him. Only G there, team radio saying that it was his fault. As we see, we've got King Pyatt in the background there getting all sorts of loose. And what was that? Julian, did you just cut the chicane? Julian, I saw that. You better slow down, boy. You better slow down. So in the meantime, we've currently got Swiss Tony leading the race by 1.1 seconds, coming under the old circuit towards Ascari for possibly the last time here. All depends on how quick this final lap is for these guys. Onto the brakes. Pro Fubby looks like he's just over a second behind, sliding his way through the Ascari chicane. It's sliding across the surface and losing a lot of time in the meantime up towards the Parabolica. Surely this is going to be the last lap here. Surely this is the final lap. Swiss Tony will be hoping the clock runs out as soon as possible, with the Only G and Pro Fubby hunting him down. He's got a 1.3 second lead as they come out of this corner. Surely this is going to be it for the race. We've got Swiss Tony coming up towards the line. Here he comes. It is the victory for Swiss Tony tonight. Pro Fubby comes round in P2, but Pro Fubby takes the win by virtue of Swiss Tony's penalty. It's Pro Fubby the only driver in the field who didn't pick up a penalty, so discipline in the end prevailed in this one. The Only G takes third, Rafamov in 4th position in the end. We've got Offcut 5th, Charlie Goff classified 6th place, King Pyatt, Julian, DJ Phil comes over in 9th, and Pete Sport with an absolute mare in that race completes the top 10.
I'll take the win.
Yeah, take it.
Nice win there, Fubby.
Who's going to take you down?
Well, he outbroke. I could see him coming, and he didn't stop. He started braking on 100. I was like, he's going to go off. So I just backed out of it.
It went to that there's almost that rage scenario, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
Do you know why? Do you know what happened? The reason why is because I hit him on the Ascari the other day. I did say sorry. I just got him a bit too hot.
right.
That's why. So it was pissed off. He was pissed off. That's why.
Have a good race, man. It's the first time I didn't get took out in turn 1. It was a good one. Well, I'm going to mission now, so I'll catch you guys again.
Yeah, take it easy, mate.
Cheers, dudes.
Have a good one, mate.
You were quick into the first corner. I don't know how you got that quick through that.
Well, the chicane.
Yeah, yeah, the first corner, you were fucking miles quicker than me through that a little bit. And I was like, I don't know, I was braking at 150, turning in, and then you were just there.
I come
It's
straight
slow,
like
Swiss.
really early and then
Wait, I don't say to mate, shut up.
Oh, we had a good little race.
It kicks me out.
Poor G, he has to cut, he has to lose first place to have a bit of a race. Yeah, but RSG's joined now. RSG's joined now.
Oh, boys, I fancy a race. I'm racing in this next one. Fuck it, I'm racing in the next one.
Yeah, race. Yeah, have a break. And Morgan's in. Look, he's not slow.
Yeah,
Is he?
I'm here. No,
He's
no,
not slow.
no.
He's a bit messy, but he's not slow.
Shut up.
There's any really nice people, but better than what I want to send me.
There's no one nice here, mate.